Welcome to the DC Everest Soccer Complex. Have we got a good game for you tonight? It's DC Everest, who arrives on an 8-game winning streak against one of the elite teams in the section, Eau Claire Memorial. They've played 12 times, 10 are in the win column, 1 loss and 1 tie. Both of these teams played yesterday and both were winners. The Evergreens dominated Wausau East 2-0 in a game that was not particularly close. Eau Claire Memorial beat their crosstown rivals Eau Claire North 6-0. Eau Claire North has only 2 wins so far this season. Teams are being introduced to the crowd. We are starting an hour early, just after 6 o'clock start tonight, because Eau Claire Memorial has a long bus ride here. It's, an hour and a half at least from there to here. Let's introduce you to our starting goalkeepers. A senior for the Old Abes, Ashlyn Schroeder, will start in goal. Binna Brogner is the Evergreens goalie, a sophomore who was not really tested. Not a busy night for Binna yesterday against Wausau East. And again, even though last night's win for the Evergreens was 2-0, the Evergreens controlled possession for almost the entire game and had a huge advantage in shots on goal. A much tougher opponent for Everest tonight. Again, Eau Claire Memorial has kind of been the team that's been knocking out the Evergreens in recent years in postseason play. You want to get to state, you've got to be able to beat Eau Claire Memorial, and a lot of times those state sectional games are over at Eau Claire North's place because of their good record. Pregame today is brought to you by Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston, providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. With a 3-year nationwide warranty, free roadside assistance. At Auto Select, you're good to go. That's Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston and Highway 10 East and Church Street in Stevens Point. It is such a nice day. I would imagine that our crowd is going to get even bigger as we go through the afternoon, as more and more of the parents and Everest fans get themselves home from work, make their last-minute Mother's Day shopping selections. That is coming up on Sunday. Friends, Mother's Day is indeed, it's a test, and grades are given. Here at the soccer complex, we turn our attention across the parking lot to the Everest Middle School flagpole for our Star Spangled Banner.
Place your hand over your heart and join in singing of the national anthem. Our flag is located to the southeast at the middle school.
All right, the Evergreens put their 8-game winning streak on the line against a high-level opponent, Eau Claire Memorial. Old Abes and Evergreens, opening whistle when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
Find auto repairs, brakes, tires, and oil changes all in one place at Auto Select in Weston. At Auto Select, you can expect dependable automotive repair from the experts you can trust will exceed your expectations. Auto repair has never been so comfortable, with a spacious, clean waiting room with refreshments along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. And ask about their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. For your next auto repair or maintenance, bring your vehicle to Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Welcome back. We have lots of fans who are looking in at our Zaleski Sports stream from the Eau Claire area. Welcome. My name is Chris Conley. We're glad to have you along. And our DC Everest sports family gathering again for a second night in a row of Zaleski Sports coverage of girls soccer. Evergreens played yesterday against Wausau East and wear the black kits with the white numerals, which means every one of these kids, "Mom, can you do the laundry, please?" Of course, the right answer is, "My sweet daughter, you can do the laundry yourself." Eau Claire Memorial wears the white kits with purple numbers and purple lettering. Today is a little bit warmer than yesterday. Yesterday we played in the mid-60s. We'll be in the mid-70s for opening whistle tonight. Yesterday, after sunset, things cooled down nicely. Very comfortable weather for running around yesterday. A little bit warmer, and it just feels like the humidity's up a little bit too. Evergreens are going to possess first. They'll move right to left on your Zaleski Sports screen. Old Abe's from left to right towards the concession stand goal in the first half. We're checking that both of our keepers are ready, and then play will be in for Friday night high school soccer. If you're unfamiliar with the high school game, 2 40-minute halves. And the Evergreens send it long for Ava Hopper. Hopper runs like a thoroughbred. She's just the fastest kid on the Everest roster and oftentimes is the fastest kid on the pitch. And the Evergreens got their 2 goals from kind of unlikely heroes. Bryn Campman in the 35th minute. And Brindley Thomas, the freshman, who scored just 10 minutes into yesterday's match. Goal kick to clear it out for the Old Apes. And Ashlyn Schroeder, their keeper, you can already see has a big foot. Line drive out near the midfield line. Evergreens try and get this centered. Keeper is off her line and makes the save. If she was not sure-handed, Ava Hopper was right there for the Evergreens. What you kind of like is the early trend here is that the Evergreens have a little bit of an advantage in early possession. I mean, yeah, we're only 90 seconds in, so a trend hasn't really developed yet. But the Evergreens have possessed the ball more than the Old Abes here in the opening moments. Old Abes will play this back to their keeper. I mean, when you have 2 high-level teams playing like this, usually there'll be at least 1, maybe 2 momentum changes within the match. Didn't really see that so much in the Everest East game. When the Evergreens scored that second goal right before the first half, there was only, 3 or 4 minutes left in the first half, and East kind of got on the engine a little bit. And then it went right back to the Evergreens dominating. Hopper, that just went over her left foot. Hopper was going to have a chance halfway down in the big box. Just unable to possess that ball. Evergreens will have a throw-in deep in their offensive end. Boy, would the Evergreens love an early goal kind of change the shape of tonight's match. Brindley Thomas had that on her foot for a moment. Evergreens played this off the wing. Lauren Butleski. Evergreens are going to get a corner kick from the near side. Yeah, I mean, surprise, surprise. Eau Claire Memorial has won 10 of their 12 matches, and it's the Evergreens who are dictating terms in the early going. Going to put some air under this, I think. Nope, it's a line drive into box, into traffic, headed out of danger. This will be a throw-in for Eau Claire Memorial. Memorial's got to make sure there's no turnover this deep in their own end. Ball is up. Evergreens have a couple of players back. Out of bounds off the touchline. It is out off of the Old Abe's. Evergreens will throw in front of the Memorial parent section. Memorial's well represented. Got a lot of parents and fans that have made the trip down to DC Everest. Welcome. We're glad to see all of you. At halftime, please patronize our concession stand. Every bit helps. Play back to the keeper and put along the near side. That's out of play. Everest throw in. Everest Athletic Director Mike Matthews, just to our left, is multitasking today. Everest has other teams that are on the road today. Softball is winning, so they're going to run their record 16 or 17-0. And the Everest baseball team at last check was trailing 3-1 on the road against Menominee. Everest baseball comes home tomorrow. We'll start at 10 o'clock in the morning for the Everest Triangular. Holman and Superior will be down. Everest baseball team, if they can't come from behind, would see a 10-game winning streak go by the wayside. Our soccer coverage for this late Friday afternoon is brought to you by Axis Insurance. For all your personal, business, auto, and life insurance needs, there's always a local agent you can look to at Axis Insurance. Learn more at AxisInsurance.net. Their business revolves around you. That ball pinballed around, and it's a Old Abe's throw-in right in front of our Zaleski Sports broadcast location. Elise Thomas plays it back to Sadie Bernecki. Cross the pitch. That's a nice ball. Here comes a long run from Ali Lavic. Played back when there was no advantage. Tried to get that back to Lavic, and the Evergreens have taken it away. Here comes the sprint. Ava Hopper trying to win the race to it. Hopper holds and scores. The Evergreens will play from in front. Hopper was patient there, let the goalie come out and got a more favorable angle. 6 minutes in, the Evergreens have a 1-0 lead.
Coming in the 6th minute for number 9, Ava Hopper.
I'm so happy for Ava because Ava had 3 or 4 looks at the net and did not score in the Evergreens game against Wausau East. I mean, she had 2 looks at the net where the goalkeeper was out of the net, where the entire goal was open. One time she put it over the crossbar and the other time wide of the near side post. So Ava has been heard from in the bigger, probably more important game. Varsity Soccer tonight's brought to you by Visit Marshfield and Marshfield Dairy Fest, May 30th and 31st. Check out marshfield.com for all the details. See you in Marshfield for a fun-filled weekend at Dairy Fest. That's out of play, a throw-in coming up for the Evergreens. We had kind of a lighthearted moment before we came on while they were warming up behind our press box. Eau Claire Memorial's assistant coach, Eric Larson, he's juggling. He's showing off his juggling skills with 3 tennis balls. And one of the players on his team can juggle too. So she says, I got that, and she's juggling the 3 tennis balls. So here is what I know about juggling, and this is what I shared with them. Years ago, when the circus came to Bridgeport, Connecticut, Bridgeport, Connecticut is P.T. Barnum's hometown. So it's a town that's rich with circus history, kind of like here in Baraboo, Wisconsin. So when the circus would come and play Bridgeport, Connecticut, we usually covered that as a news story at the radio station. And many years ago, I got to interview the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus's lead clown, Bello Nacht. In fact, Bello did some shows earlier this spring in Wisconsin Dells. Bello the clown, as you might imagine, is a world-class juggler, and he says juggling is easy with a little practice when all three things that you're juggling are the same thing. Like 3 tennis balls, easy. 3 ping pong balls, 3 eggs, that's easy. Evergreen's going to try this from the wing. Mia Kluver's fighting for this, and Memorial gets it out. So Bello the clown, a world-class juggler, juggles things of different sizes and weights. When I saw him juggle, he juggled an egg, a bowling pin, and a turned-on chainsaw.
Oh my God.
He says, well, the chainsaw behaves a little bit different than the bowling pin. And I know when I had a chance to interview him, now again, he's leading a circus life, so that's kind of a unique lifestyle, traveling from one city to the other. Another rush towards the net. Evergreens are fighting for this ball, and it had to be parked out on the near side. Ava Hopper again pressuring that. Ashlyn Schroeder, the Old Abe's keeper, won the race to that. Bello the Clown was married to one of the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey circus dancers. They met while they were on tour. And at the end of the show, he's the human cannonball. He gets fired out of a cannon at the end of the circus show. And he says it's his wife who lights the cannon. He says, I'm the best husband ever. He says, I do whatever my wife tells me. She might blow me up if I don't listen. Evergreens have a corner kick here. Into traffic, headed out of play. Did that go off one of the Eau Claire players? Yep, the Evergreens are getting another corner kick here. Hopper at the 6-minute mark puts the Evergreens playing in front now. We're about to enter minute number 10. Line drive. In front, goalkeeper goes up, ball is loose, pinballs around, shot just wide. Boy, if the goalkeeper doesn't secure that ball, that's what happened. That ball was loose, kind of pinballed around. Grace Sandquist was the Everest player who just put it on the wrong side of the near side post. Evergreens with a promising bid to go up 2-0 in this match. And you know what you wonder about? Let's say this 1-0 lead holds up into the later stages. Or if the Evergreens get another goal and go up by 2-0. Then you're putting a really good Old Abe's team, but you're putting them into a situation that they're just simply not familiar with. How does this team respond if they're down by multiple goals at some point in the game? That's just uncharted territory for them. You would think that they would continue to play to their talent level, but, there's a psychological aspect to sports, sure. Part physical, part mental. Yogi Berra once said that baseball was 50%, 100% mental. Evergreens will have a throw in here. Soccer coverage tonight is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Infinity Exteriors, we guarantee quality you can trust. Well, this is the first time in a while that the Old Abes have put the ball down into the Everest area, and that Eau Claire player slips in the corner. Coming away with it, there's a good defensive play. Evergreens came up and snuffed out that chance. Eau Claire, that ball is long. Everest keeper is out, and there's a collision, and the Everest keeper still has the ball. Britta Brogner came off her line and still got to the ball, but just barely. So, you know what? Maybe this is one of those momentum switches. Over the last minute or two, Eau Claire Memorial has put a few more balls down to the other end of the field. Wow, trying to play that back to the keeper. That's misplayed, an inaccurate kick, and it gives the Evergreens what's going to be a far side corner kick. First, that ball has to be retrieved, and we'll tell you that we're sponsored by Peterson Kramer Funeral Home. Peterson Kramer Funeral Home, committed to providing personal and compassionate care for each customer. Let Peterson Kramer Funeral Home step up for you in your family's time of need. Corner from the far side. Some air under this. It's in the neighborhood of Bryn Campman and out of danger. Winning the race to it is Nora Kling. Kling does not have numbers, probably has to wait for a teammate to fill in. Centers, shot is wide. Elise Thomas, a sophomore, probably had a little more time than she realized to gather that and get a more accurate shot off. Kind of took that shot on the run, didn't settle the ball, and was well wide of the far side post. It's Memorial's first look at the net in a while. Evergreens turn this ball over again. Charlotte Willems for a moment had it. A throw in for Eau Claire in front of the big concrete soccer ball. Yeah, Memorial has played better over the last 3 or 4 minutes of match play. That's out of bounds off the Old Abe's. Evergreens will get a throw in over the midfield stripe. Soccer is sponsored by J&D Tube Benders, founded in 1968. They've been in the Felch family ever since, a locally owned manufacturer specializing in tube bending, welding, and cutting. Find and join the J&D Tube Bending team in the Schofield Industrial Park or at jdtubebending.com. Lauren Budleski comes in for the Evergreens. Kate Roberts. Thank you, Kate, who has the easiest last name of all the players today. Kate Roberts comes on. Now they're just making fun of me up here. Right, we were joking before. Evergreens try and get this ahead to Ava Hopper. Rolls towards the goal, but the Evergreens don't have anyone there. The Old Abe's will park this out of bounds and give the Evergreens a deep throw in. Right, gone are the days when someone is named Kathy Brown or Jill Smith. We don't have any names like that anymore. Evergreens looking to keep this in. Bryn Campman heads it back to the corner. High centering pass. No one's there. That's a nice ball ahead. Thread the needle to Nora Kling, but then the Evergreens took it right back. A nice ball, but Maria Hansen came up for the Evergreens with a nice defensive play too. Old Abe's on the edge of the big box. A little bit of contact. Ball is on the far side and out over the touchline. Corner kick coming up for the Old Abe's. At the 16-minute mark, this will be the Old Abe's first set piece. Old Abe's look like they're going to line drive this back towards the back end of the box, not towards the goal. It's headed out of play by the Evergreens' Grace Sandquist. It'll be another corner kick. Both teams will substitute. Piper Gunderson is in for the Old Abe's. Marley Ferguson is out. Brindley Thomas is going back out. Yeah, look, the ball that was put out of play goes through the opening in the fence and is rolling around in the parking lot right now. Here's Hopper. Hopper is fast enough to get past the 3 defenders who are back. Amelia Thule, good defense for the Old A's. Went step for step with Ava Hopper, and there was no advantage. Out of play, Evergreens will still have a throw-in deep in their offensive end. Innovative Health says that pain is your body's check engine light, signaling something's not right. Come to Innovative Health in Weston for the best chiropractic care. They'll keep your body running the way it's meant to work. Feel better, live better. Innovative Health. Evergreens, playing with a 1-goal lead, have kept an extra defender back. So when the Old A's possess or try and put a long run, the Evergreens have 4 instead of 3 players back in the other end of the field. That is the advantage of playing with the early lead. From the wing, can the Evergreens create? It's out of play. And it's off that Everest player. You know, with the Evergreens keeping 1 extra defenseman back, that's allowed the Old A's to possess the ball more. But again, when the Evergreens play straight up, they're more than even with a very good Eau Claire Memorial team. High ball to the box, and unable to gather it in was Nora Kling. Everest keeper Britta Brogner comes out. Memorial's doing a better job connecting with some of these passes. Here's a nice ball. Kling again. The Evergreens defense closed in. Brindley Thomas, freshman, good job closing on that. Comes in for the Old A's. So 2 new sets of legs on the pitch now for the Old A's. Midway through the first half, 1-0 Evergreens. Ava Hopper in the 6th minute. Mutual of Wausau Insurance has been protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com and find an agent near you. Sandquist in the center. Long ball ahead. Hopper's ahead of everybody. Edge of the box. Hopper's got players chasing. The Evergreens were offside. Whistle sounds and the flag goes up for not. You know what? When I see that Ava's got a 2 or 3 step advantage, I mean, Ava was ahead of everyone. If I'm one of the other Everest players, just stop running. Why risk the offside in that spot? Ava's more than capable, and you know it's her speed that you take away when you make a play like that. Very physical there between Hopper and Kate Roberts. Evergreens again. Hopper's got to get through 2 defenders, and it just rolls up on the goalie. Ashlyn Schroeder with a save. Yeah, both the Old A's and Everest player looked like they tried to shove each other off the ball before that sequence began. From the wing, Nora Kling. Kling is bumped. It's in the box. Evergreen's goalie is off her line, and the pass to the far side is wide. Contact there, and no foul. Hopper comes off for the Evergreens here. McKenna Cook is in. So the Evergreens' fastest player will spend some time watching here in the middle stages of the first half. Evergreens' defender comes up. Maria Hansen, a freshman, clears it out of there. Evergreen's long ball down, and it's out of play. Lauren Butleski was the closest player to it. Mutual of Wausau Insurance has been protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Go to mutualofwausau.com. You'll find an agent near you. Evergreen's long ball down, but it's an Eau Claire player, Amelia Full, who's closest to it. Plays it back to her keeper. Evergreen's trying to see how long this one-goal lead stands up or whether they can build on it. You know, win, lose, or draw, the Evergreen's got to crank it up again on Tuesday. Big conference match at Spash. West, Everest, and Spash are the three teams that are in contention in the Valley Conference standings this year. West is in first place. Everest and Spash each have one loss, so the loser of Tuesday's match, and again, we're not looking past anything tonight. It's a big match right here. Chipped towards the goal, save by Ashlyn Schroeder. But the team that loses on Tuesday between Everest and Spash will probably not be conference champion. They'll have 2 losses, and it's late in the season. So that Everest-Spash game on Tuesday is kind of like an elimination game. Loser of that kind of drops out of the conversation for this year's conference championship. Charlotte Willems comes back in for Eau Claire Memorial. Memorial will throw in their offensive attacking third. Outside the big box, chipped forward. Evergreens have a defender there, and they'll let it roll over the goal line. This is going to be a goal kick. Scherer Construction has an office in Wausau. They offer commercial, custom home construction expertise throughout Wisconsin. For your next construction project, look no further than Scherer Construction. Check out their beautiful work online at schererconstruction.com. Wonder how much longer the Evergreens will keep Ava Hopper on the bench. When Hopper's on, I mean, she just plays at a different speed than everyone else. It is warmer, more humid than last night's game, so maybe you've got to conserve energy. You know what one of the challenges for all these players? Staying hydrated. Both of these teams played yesterday. And you've got to be hydrating 48 to 24 hours before your body needs that reserve of water. Bryn Campman comes on for the Evergreens. Brindley Thomas, freshman, off. Brindley looked really happy in our post-game interview yesterday. She scored her first ever varsity goal. That was in the Evergreens 2-0 win over Wausau East. Big step up in competition for the Trees today. That goes into the crowd. It'll be an Everest throw-in right near the center of the pitch. And that's out of play, too. We're having a little trouble keeping the ball in bounds. Evergreens will throw in quickly. Long ball here. The Evergreens have a couple of players back. The Evergreens win the race to it, but are unable to possess. Avery Breedle from the wing. Nora Kling tries to get this centered through a lot of traffic. That ball was kind of topped. Charlotte Willems wanted to wind up on that and didn't make good contact with the ball. So that goes by the wayside. Evergreens will have a throw-in. Into the 27th minute of play. Evergreens try and keep this towards the box. Memorial puts it out of play. The Evergreens will have a deep throw in. TRW Auto Body in Mosinee brings you top quality collision repair. Full body repair, 24-hour towing, courtesy loaner vehicles, and a lifetime warranty on their work. TRW Auto Body in Mosinee, your friendly fender bender mender. The Old Abe's have 1, 2, 3 players waiting to come in on the next stoppage. Racing down and winning the race for the ball is Nora Kling. Kling's going to get a shot on goal. Shot, getting a hand on it. Brenna Brogner with a big save. Brenna got a fingertip or two and was able to steer that just wide of the far post. That was Eau Claire Memorial's best scoring opportunity of the match so far. And they're going to award that as an Evergreens goal kick. I thought the Evergreens were going to give up a corner on that. No, sir. So the Evergreens' 1-0 lead is still good. Brindley Thomas will come back in for the Evergreens on the next stoppage. High ball down for Marley Ferguson. You know what we saw on that last Eau Claire North run? Nora Kling, she's only a freshman. She's as fast as anybody here. That's a high ball that's on the other side of the crossbar and out of play. Evergreens will put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fresh players coming on for the Evergreens and the return of Ava Hopper, the first half goal scorer. So Hopper got a good 10 minutes of game time rest here and comes back on. So Nora Kling, the freshman for Eau Claire Memorial, she's super fast. We saw her speed on display. And now Ava Hopper, the Everest speedster, is back in. With Ava back on now, the Evergreens are making a bid to stretch this lead out. I mean, Hopper's just got to be accounted for wherever she is on the field. This will be a Memorial throw-in on the far side. 10 minutes to play until halftime. Everest defense played that a little soft, and it's centered towards the outside box. Put on goal, 1 hop, and a save. Marley Ferguson, sophomore for the Old Abe's, put that on. Brenna's up to it with the save. Both of these teams have a lot of underclassmen. Old Abe's are playing sophomores and freshmen, too, at the varsity level. The Old Abe's program has been so good that to be a sophomore or a freshman and to get varsity playing time, you've got to be a special player. Gums throws it in, one of the Everest freshmen. Evergreens try and chip that forward. Maddie Weber. Weber's in traffic. Plays it off to the side. Shot that was partially deflected. Didn't come through cleanly. Old Abe's take the ball away at midfield. Elise Thomas. Played to the wing. That's a nice ball. Not a very good angle. Shot and a save. Brenna Brogner with the save. Brenna has a complaint when there are highlights on the late evening news sports. If you didn't know, you would look at the Everest roster and call her Binny. No, we know better than that. It's a foul on the Evergreens. One of the few fouls called in this first half. Mia Kluver got tangled up with the North player. Yeah, apparently when the TV crews come down here and shoot highlights for the late news, high ball missing the header and out of play. Nope, Everest keeper keeps it in play. The Evergreens will punt this out. Ridgetop Exteriors say just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. Roofing, siding, windows, doors. Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. RidgetopExteriors.com. Evergreens would love nothing more than to take a lead into the locker room at halftime. In the 32nd minute of play, Hopper at the 6-minute mark gives the Evergreens the 1-0 lead they enjoy right now. Out of bounds off the Old Abe's. Evergreens will throw it in. Gums and Martell are on for the Evergreens. Weber and Hansen are off for Everest. Again, the Evergreens arrive at this game with an 8-game winning streak. It's been kind of a weird season. The Evergreens opened their soccer year with 5 consecutive losses. Teams stayed together and now have won 8 in a row. Here's a long ball ahead. Can Ava Hopper win the race to it? Goalie is off and clears it out. Ashlyn Schroeder got to it. Again, all of those plays are risky for the Old Abe's. The goalkeeper doesn't win that race. You give up a goal there. You're down 2-0. Yeah, Eau Claire Memorial has had to work in this game. They've generated some scoring chances, but it's not like one chance after another. And the Evergreens have also had their opportunities to extend this 1-goal lead. I guess what you like about the Evergreens perhaps reaching halftime, leading 1-0, I mean, are the Evergreens the kind of team that's going to give up 2 goals in the second half? I don't know about that. That's what the Old Abe's have to be hoping for if they're going to come out with a win here. Ball is loose. Evergreens have it. On the wing, marked closely. A lot of bumping in the corner. Evergreens still possessed, but down near the middle of the pitch, and gave it right back to Memorial. This ball's ahead to their speedster, Nora Kling. Kling's got Gums on her, and Gums won the battle to the ball. Kling kind of pushed Gums off, and the whistle sounds. That's the right call. Kling finessed Gums off the ball with arms out, and the foul is on her. Mammoth Mortgage is your opportunity for low-rate, hassle-free mortgages, buying or refinancing a home anywhere in Wisconsin. For all your mortgage needs, look to Mammoth Mortgage. Maddie Weber's back on for the Evergreens. Adeline Viergutz is on for the Old Abe's. Old Abe send that down, but they don't have a player near. Getting to the late stages of the first half. Little under 4 minutes to go until intermission. Boy, I mean, in any sport, you want to play from in front, right? But the early goal just looms large in this match for the Evergreens. I mean, in what sport wouldn't you want the early lead? Football for sure. Basketball, if you can get off to a quick start. Baseball, give me a run in the first inning. Love that. Fighting through, Kling, shot, save! Brenna Bogner gets air and makes the save moving to her right. Kling denied in the late stages of the first half. Maybe some frustration starts to settle in for the Old Abe's. They've been denied their last 2 scoring opportunities. This ball goes ahead. Let's see if Ava Hopper's going to win the race to it. Does Hopper have an answer at the other side? Hesitates. Save there. Ashlyn Schroeder with a good stop. Evergreens put it back on goal. It's too tall. Boy, it looked for a moment like the old Abes down at the other end were going to tie this game, and then it looked for a minute right after it that the Evergreens were going to go up 2-0. Neither of the opportunities converted. The players and crowd here are about to get their 2-minute warning in the first half. This one is coming up towards our broadcast location.
Oh, what a catch.
That was a nice catch. Good job. We don't want anyone falling out of our perch here. That would be, how would you explain that injury? Well, the ball was coming right towards me, so I reached out. Memorial tries to center this ball, edge of the big box. Charlotte Willems closes in on it. Slid over to Elise Thomas, out of play. Evergreens came up there, got that out of danger. Unofficially, 90 seconds left in our first half. Got a whistle away from the ball. No, that's on the ball. It's a foul on the Evergreens. Takita Cheney-Petty calling her for that small shove, but enough to sound the whistle. 39th minute. High ball, out of danger. Evergreens put this over the touchline. Memorial, a quick throw in. Marley Ferguson. Ferguson tries to get it centered. Under a minute to go, first half. Played off to the wing. Can Memorial create from here into traffic? Evergreens have a defender there. Just get it out. Memorial still possesses, but time will be their enemy too on this final look. Shot here is going to be wide of the far side post. Evergreens may just hold this or just punt it out of there. As unofficially, we're down to the final 10 seconds of the first half. We are at halftime. The Evergreens lead Eau Claire Memorial 1-0. Ava Hopper at the 6th minute, and no scoring since then. So this will be a match that will be decided in the second half. Back after these halftime messages from our sponsors on Zaleski Sports.
If the check engine light comes on in your car, do you address it or hope it goes away on its own? Pain is your body's check engine light signaling that something isn't right. Innovative Health in Weston can help identify and fix the aches and pains of everyday life. We deliver effective chiropractic care for every joint in your body, from your neck to your back to your knees and feet. With 4 doctors on staff and advanced treatment options, we've been consistently voted a top chiropractic and sports medicine clinic in central Wisconsin. Whether you're a high school athlete, a pregnant mom, or just feeling the wear and tear of life, give us a call at Innovative Health in Weston today.
Feel better, live better, Innovative Health.
Are you ready to give your kids a head start on smart money habits? With Abbey Bank's Bright Future Checking, kids and teens can learn to manage money with you right by their side. They get their own debit card, and you can keep an eye on spending with easy-to-use mobile banking and card controls. The Bright Future Checking account has no fees, no minimum balance, and kids get a bonus after the first deposit is made. Give your child the power of independence. Stop in or visit abbeybank.com to get started. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
For the very best in craftsmanship and innovative construction, put your trust in Scherer Construction. You'll see their work when you drop your kids at school, visit the public library, drive past the fire station, or even in the industrial park. Share Construction has helped countless homeowners with bringing their dreams to life, and hundreds of businesses create beautiful facilities that make our communities shine all throughout Wisconsin. For your next residential, commercial, municipal, or educational construction project, join the countless others who have put their faith in Share Construction. Find their location right here in Wausau or online at shareconstruction.com.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto. Simple.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Hello, it's Mayor Lois Teastrake asking you to join us for Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Dairy, great time. The fun starts with me on Friday, May 30th at the Mayor's Breakfast, 5:30 to 9:30 a.m. At 5 p.m., head to Columbia Park for family-friendly entertainment, and later join free live music at the Wenzel Family Plaza. Saturday, May 31st, the parade starts at 11 o'clock, and Wenzel Family Plaza will host fun activities. In the afternoon, the Pie and Ice Cream Social is at the Upham Mansion. And Nuts Deep 2 will be hosting an outdoor beer garden with live music. For more information, go to visitmarshfield.com.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
The Auto Service Specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Access Insurance is your complete independent insurance agency for auto, home, business, and life insurance serving Wisconsin and Minnesota. Insurance can often be confusing and frustrating, but with Access Insurance you get experienced advisors that pair you with exactly the coverage you need at the most competitive prices for every stage of life. Located in Weston and a proud supporter of area high school athletics, their business truly does revolve around you. Learn more at accessinsurance.net or by calling 715-355-8400.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Take your education out of the classroom and give New Spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
The first tube was bent in 1968 back in a garage by our house. Shortly after that, we moved into a rented space in a machine shop.
Moving into this building in 2000 at 90,000 square feet.
So right now we sit at 165,000 square feet.
150 employees. Every day we look at how grateful we are to be where we are, but we never forget where we started. Here at J&D Tube Benders, we're a full custom hydraulic tube manufacturer. We can do anything from your simple bent tube component to a fully welded assembly.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
Elite Auto Care is a family-owned business providing top-notch car care to the Schofield, Weston, and Wausau area. They deliver honest and professional automotive repair and maintenance services with quality ASE certified technicians that you can trust. Elite Auto Care offers the latest technology and is equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on both foreign and domestic vehicles. From general maintenance, air conditioning and brakes to exhaust, axle repair, tires, or just a simple oil change. Turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Welcome back to the DC Everest Soccer Complex. I'm Chris Conley. Second half will be underway in just a moment. Eau Claire Memorial will possess first to start the second half, trailing 1-0. This is kind of a coach's game, isn't it? Both teams have speedy players who can outrace the defense. Ava Hopper, who is the goal scorer for the Evergreens. Nora Kling, freshman for the Old Abes, is super fast, and she can run right past defenders. So both coaches have speedy standouts in their arsenal. Both teams have gotten really solid play in goal, too. Binna Brogner has at least 2 standout saves. One where she had to catch a lot of air moving to her right. Made a great save. Keep this a 1-0 game. Ashlyn Schroeder's come off her line a couple of times and has won the race to the ball at least once, just barely. And the Evergreens could have had a second Ava Hopper goal, but the Evergreens were offside. Ava got ahead of 2 defenders. It was just going to be her and the keeper. till the whistle sounded and the flag went up. If we stay at 1-0 into the later stages of the second half, what a pressure cooker environment we're going to have. You'll hear the crowd here. They'll ooh and ah at every look at the goal. Old Abe's will move from right to left. Evergreen's left to right on our Zaleski Sports monitors. And the second half is on. Boy, the next goal in tonight's match is critical. Do the Old Abes tie it up, or do the Evergreens stretch this out to a 2-0 lead? I would think if the Evergreens can get to 2-0, the Evergreens are sitting on a surprise victory tonight. During halftime, Coach Luke Colross was coaching his team up like all that was missing was a whiteboard. Talking a lot about how he wanted the defense set. Here's a ball ahead. Eau Claire's got a 2-on-1 centered in the box. Shot. Save again. Brenna Bogner's like building a brick wall in front of the Everest net. Moved to her left and denied that shot from close range. That was more than halfway down the big box. Evergreens want to clear this out. Nope, Eau Claire Memorial possesses again. Kind of topped that, not well hit by Lydia Palmeyer. And the Evergreens gather that in. So the second half opens with Eau Claire Memorial getting 2 rushes towards the net. One of them required a really difficult save. You know what? If the game were going to end right now, who would we want to hear from in the postgame? Brenna. Her saves are huge. And Ava Hopner, our goal scorer for the Evergreens. But of course, well, there's 38 minutes of soccer left between now and then. But Binna has been, she's been a 5-star goalkeeper today. Right, 5 stars, would highly recommend. Memorial with another long run down the wing. Trying to center this back. It's deflected out by one of the Everest defenders. Haley Gums deflected that out of danger. Shot on goal, one hopped. Brenna's got it. Binna's getting everything so far tonight. Here's Ava Hopper with one defender to beat, and Amelia Thule was up to it. Good defensive play for Amelia. Two players collide and go down. We've got a whistle and a stoppage. It is the Memorial player who took the worst of that. And the athletic trainer will come out to try and help. We'll tell you who this is in just a moment when she gets to her feet. Coach and trainer tending to the injured Old Abe's midfielder. We are brought to you by Fleet Farm. No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered. Best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, snacks. Fleet Farm has everything you need, all at the lowest prices. Kate Roberts is coming off holding her right shoulder. Well, she was for a moment. Old Abe's are going to get the ball just over midfield when play resumes. The Old Abes have generated the better scoring chances so far in the second half. Play is back in our 43rd minute after an injury stoppage. That goes over the touchline and will be an Evergreens throw-in. Sherrill Tire and Auto Service brings you today's soccer coverage. Memorial takes the ball back. Not a lot of room to operate here. Centering, too tall. Goes from the far side to the near side. Old Abe still have it. Dribbling into the box. A lot of traffic that's deflected out by one of the Everest players and all the way down the field. Sherrill Tire and Service says, look to Sherrill Tire for great deals on tires that fit your needs. A sure thing to get you back on the road. Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Old Abe's throw in. High ball to the box, but there's no one there. Binna's got it and will punt this out. Strong punt all the way out to the middle of the field. Old Abes were trying to get that to Nora Kling. Evergreens have it well defensed. Yeah, I mean, I guess what you don't like right now if you're an Everest fan is that momentum has shifted to Eau Claire Memorial, and this is a dangerous team. Ali Levick will try and center from the corner. High ball towards the box. Headed, it's up over the crossbar. That was also Nora Kling. Well, on the header, she can't use her speed, just too tall. Evergreen's defense has been bending but has not broken so far in the second half. Evergreens send this down but don't have anyone there. This is going to be played back to the goalkeeper. Hopper's going to give chase just because that's what you do. And the Evergreens come up and win the 50-50 ball. Memorial to the center. Elise Thomas, fancy footwork. Thomas still has it. Sent that down between players, and no one from the Old Abes can get to it. Next Step Prosthetics has been providing prosthetics and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step. Contact Next Step Prosthetics today. The goal came early in the 6th minute. Ava Hopper found the back of the net. Evergreens to the side. 2 Old Abes are there. Everest players sandwiched and no whistle. Evergreens may want to put this over the end line. To the center. Evergreens get it out of danger for the time being. Yeah, Memorial is playing much better in the second half than they have in the first. From the corner, one of the Old Abes players went down in the box. No whistle. Ball wasn't on her foot. Evergreens on the far side. Went out of play. It's an Everest throw-in. Foundation Finance has started a job making the money you need with flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group, and full-time benefits that start from day one. Learn more at foundationfinance.com. 7 minutes into the second half. Memorial's won the half so far, but trailing on the scoreboard. Ava Hopper, lot of contact there. Hopper got the worst of that. No whistle. Play on. This is going to go over the touchline just barely. The Old Abe's were unable to keep that in, and Everest throw in their defensive end. It's become a cooler afternoon now that the sun is behind the clouds. Memorial again. Long ball to the box. Evergreens have a defender there. Ball is up. Evergreens headed out of danger. Yeah, Memorial's winning the race to a lot of these 50-50 balls. High ball towards the goal put on by Marley Ferguson. Brenna's got another save. But again, the Old Abe's possess off the punt. Old Abe's don't like the defense of Bryn Campman. Looks like she bumped the Old Abe's player at least twice. From the wing, here come the Evergreens. Ball ahead to Hopper, who had it deflect off the foot of one of the Old Abe's players. Ellie Hudson, senior defenseman. That's a nice play there. And this will be a goal kick. Tonight's soccer coverage is brought to you by Newton Electric. Residential to commercial, industrial to agriculture, Newton Electric in Wausau has been serving central Wisconsin since 1977. Give them a call or find them online at newtonelec.com. The Evergreens' one-goal lead seems a little shaky now because the Old Abe's have dominated possession since halftime. Got to have a foul there on the Evergreens. So this will be a difficult angle, but a foul's called on Everest. They're going to spot the ball from a tough angle down near the corner. Evergreens will set up a two-player wall here once the ball is spotted. And they're going to back up the wall a little bit further. There we go. See how the Evergreens defense this. Memorial plays it back. High ball, edge of the box, into traffic. Evergreens unable to clear that out. And now the Evergreens come away with it. See if they get this ball ahead for Hopper. Nope. Hopper needed to split two defenders. One of them shielded the ball off to the side. Player down in the box. Got a whistle coming up here. This may be a penalty kick. Let's see how this is going to be. Old Abe's bench looking for a foul. The foul is going to be called here. Well, let's see what we've got here. Let's see how we're going to set this up. Just a throw in. I think the Old Abe's have a legitimate complaint there. Chipped into traffic and saved. Been a Bronger with a save for the Evergreens. Evergreens goalie has been great. Evergreens have new players coming in. Maria Hansen, Lauren Budleski coming in on the next stoppage. Right in the center. Memorial's got a chance. Elise Thomas put on goal. Gathered in with both hands. Brenna with a save again. Shots on goal in the second half have been lopsided in favor of the Old Abes. Ball is slid ahead. Kirsten Hall got it out of there for the Evergreens. Wow, Everest player just pushed the Old Abes player there. No whistle on that. Played off to the side. Everest throw in our 53rd minute. Maddie Weber is in for the Evergreens. We're in our 53rd minute of play. There's a long way to go tonight. We're brought to you by John's Auto Repair. For all your auto repair needs, Mosinee and Rothschild, turn to John's Auto Repair. Business 51 north of Mosinee. It's auto repair you can trust and have it done right, and they'll get you on your way. John's Auto Repair. Put in on the far touchline and out of bounds. Now the Evergreens will throw this in. The Evergreens need something that kind of just changes the script right now. Memorials generated all of the chances in the second half. Played to the center, and there's a little bit of room. Katie Torrant plays that to the wing. That's a nice ball over there. Marley Ferguson tried to get that center, deflects off one of the Everest players, and out. Memorial still possesses. Bryn Campman comes up, applies the defense. Got a whistle, and the call goes against the Old Abes. Contact there. Becky's Family Chiropractic in Rothschild provides personal chiropractic care no matter what issue your body's battling. Migraines to anxiety to stress and youth issues, let Becky's Family Chiropractic give you back the life you deserve. Here's a shot. The rebound came back to Ava Hopner, couldn't possess it. Evergreen still trying to control her. That was the first look at the net for Everest in forever. And the Evergreens take the ball back. Wow, Ava Hopner had that go right off the keeper, Lynn Schroeder, and Hopner almost put the rebound in. Fancy footwork, Marley Ferguson. Ferguson's going to get a shot here. Shot tipped over the crossbar. Binna Brogner's doing everything but sell popcorn in tonight's match. Truly a standout performance in goal for the Evergreens. Corner kick coming up. High, air, and up over the crossbar and out of play. So a lot of air under that, just the wrong placement. At this point in the match, we've gone 50 minutes without either team being able to score. We're in our 56th minute now. Ava Hopner's goal came back at the 6-minute mark, so early in tonight's game. Out of play, and they're going to award the ball to the Old Abes, even though the Everest player threw it in. Everest player didn't realize that that's coming the other way. Lydia Pallmeyer is back in. Kate Roberts back in for the Old Abes. Elise Thomas and Charlotte Willems are off for the Old Abes. Sure has been an entertaining match. I get it, frustrating if you're a Memorial fan. Your team's had the momentum trying to break through. At times, the Everest defense has been physical, maybe even a little chippy. Floodlights are on here at the Everest Soccer Complex. We've lost the sun behind the clouds. Evergreens get this out of danger. High ball to the box, headed towards the goal. Nothing doing there. Marley Ferguson couldn't get much off the old noggin there, so it was softly towards the goal. Binna's got it. Ava Hopper is chasing, so this has got to be played back to the goalkeeper. Evergreens possess. Ahead to Hopper again. Whistle. The Evergreens are offside. Evergreens have been flagged offsides twice in today's match. Merrill Steel is your partner for structural steel fabrication. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest. Apply at merrillsteel.com. Evergreens want some new legs on. Takia Cheney Petty is coming back in. Julia Hemauer will come in also. High ball towards the box. Eau Claire's got a player there. Chipped in traffic. Binna's got another save. There are Old Abe's players who are going to see Binna in their sleep tonight. Bouncing ball. Here's Hopper. Slides that ahead. A nice ball for Cook. But Ali Levick won the battle for the ball there for the Old Abe's. Three new players come in. Kira Schmidt, senior, back on for the Evergreens. Backey's Family Chiropractic in Rothschild provides personal chiropractic care no matter what issue your body's battling. Migraines, anxiety, stress, youth issues. Backey's Family Chiropractic will give you back the life you deserve. We're at the 60th minute. Whistle and a foul. Lydia Paulmeyer arrived with her elbow out and is whistled for it. At the midway point of the second half, and the Old Abe's have not broken through yet. 1-0 Everest. High ball with a lot of air. Hopper couldn't quite get under it. Out of play, it hit the midfield flag marker, and the Evergreens will throw in. Hildy Bauman comes in. Ava Hopper is coming out for the Evergreens. Not sure how long Ava's break is going to be. She's the goal scorer for the Evergreens and is the Evergreens' fastest player. Evergreens may be looking to give her 5 or 10 minutes, then come on for the final stretch tonight. That ball almost went over the touchline, and it's out of play. Goal kick coming up for the Evergreens. Nora Kling, the Old Abe's fastest player, is about to come back on. So the Everest speedster is off, and the Old Abe's fastest, best player comes back in. Yep, Nora's only a freshman. So she will be a force to be reckoned with for future seasons. This goal kick out is short. And Memorial possesses. They play it back for the moment. Out of play, a throw in for the Old Abe's. Evergreens trying to gut out 18 more minutes of match play. Down near the end line. Old Abe's trying to keep this in. Back-to-back headers, and the Old Abe's still possess. Played to the side. Old Abe's try and turn it. Grace Sandquist provides the defense. It's out of play. Brindley Thomas is back in. Bryn Campman back in. Freshman and sophomore come on for the Evergreens. Shot here, and the Old Abe's have just tied the game. At the 63rd minute, we're now tied 1-1. And the concern for the Evergreens is the Old Abe's have had so much momentum in the second half. Just seems more likely that the Old Abe's may be able to build on the goal they've just scored. We will wait for goal scoring information. Stand by. That's Nora Kling. So each team's best player has scored. Nora Kling finds the back of the net, tied 1 apiece. And 17 minutes left to try and break this tie, see if we can get an outright winner tonight. Sandquist in traffic, just outside the box, marked up closely. Plays it back. Evergreens turn it over in their offensive end. You could almost tell that the Eau Claire Memorial goal would come eventually. They've outplayed the Evergreens in the second half. Over the head of Nora Kling here. Shot there towards the far post. A defender comes up and makes the play. Denies Lydia Pallmeyer. From the wing, chip towards the box. Keeper is out of position, and Eau Claire Memorial has scored again. Keeper was out of position there. Memorial suddenly has a 2-0 lead. They've scored in the 63rd and now in the 65th minute. I believe that's Lydia Pallmeyer's goal, but we'll wait for an official announcement. So now the Evergreens find themselves trailing. Eau Claire scores twice in the span of 2 minutes. So now the Evergreens have 15 minutes to try to get this even again. But momentum in this match wears the white and purple of Eau Claire Memorial. Evergreens do have Ava Hopper back in. Centered into traffic, keeper is out and smothers it. Binna Brogner, who's played well today. Evergreens try and send this ahead for Hopper, but it's off to the side. Can't get it, goes out of play. Nicolet Bank offers personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill, or learn more at nicoletbank.com. So the Evergreens had the lead for forever in this match and now find themselves trailing. Hopper was challenged and lost it. Long ball ahead, but too long for Ava Hopper. Couldn't quite get to it. Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau offers a state-of-the-art facility with excellent benefits, pay, culture, and much more. Join a growing company and get your career on the right path. Learn more and apply at Great Lakes Cheese. The Old Abes have scored again. The wheels have all of a sudden come off for the Evergreens. Everest won the early parts of the match, but now 3 goals in the span of 4 minutes. Nora Kling has scored her second goal of the match. So the script sure has been flipped here. In the 63rd, 66th, and 67th minutes, Eau Claire Memorial scores 3 times and now leads 3-1. Evergreens try and get that center a little too long for Bryn Campman. Evergreens fight to try and get this ball back. Long ball down. Brindley Thomas will win the race to it. Yeah, the Old Abes just too much pressure on the net down at the other end in this second half. Ball ahead. Ava Hopner and Bryn Campman are there. Everest player tumbles. A lot of contact. We're going to have a foul here. I think this is going to be on the Old Abes, even though it's the Old Abes player who took the worst of it. Amelia Thule is the player who was down, is going to come back up. And the foul is on Everest. Yeah, even when the Evergreens still had the 1-goal lead, from the moment the second half has begun, the Old Abes have won this match. Old Abes generated many more scoring chances here in the second half. Old Abes deserve the lead that they enjoy right now, 3-1. Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau has a state-of-the-art facility, excellent benefits, pay, culture, and much more. Join a growing company and get your career on the right path. Learn more and apply today at GreatLakesCheese.com. A lot of traffic in front of the net. Evergreen's keeper tried to bull her way through a couple of players. Back in position now. Shot on goal, save. Brenna Brogner, good stop. France Propane is your locally owned complete service propane company serving all of central Wisconsin for 2 generations. Learn more at francepropane.com. France Propane, local, quality, family. Two goals for Nora Kling, 63rd and 67th minute. Lydia Pallmeyer in between in the 65th minute. 3-0. And it's getting late in our match. We're in the 70th minute now, so about 10 minutes left to play. Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan. They'll keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. So while this game appears to have gotten away from the Evergreens, on Tuesday they've got a big in-conference match. Everest and Spash. Both teams with only one loss in league play. Both of them chasing Wausau West. Fancy ball there from Kling to Avery Breedle. Memorial is offside, blows this play dead. Time is not a friend for the Evergreens in the 71st minute. Evergreens try and slide this through, and Eau Claire will park that out of play. Adeline Vierguts parked it over the touchline. Evergreens will throw in. Evergreens throw into traffic. Grace Sandquist tries to fight for it. Cleared away. Ball ahead to the speedy Nora Kling. Can she get a third goal tonight? Shot, deflected, and a save. Kling bidding for the rarest of 3-goal games at this level of soccer. Yeah, the Evergreens are about to see an 8-game winning streak go by the wayside. Eau Claire's record will look like the picket fence. 11 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. Here's a shot and a save. Playing out the final 6.5 minutes of this match, where the Evergreens led for the longest time, from the 6th minute to the 63rd minute. 3 unanswered by the Old Abes, going to give them a happy bus ride home. Everest player, a foul will be called there. The Everest player pushed off. I think the whistle sounded against Kristen Hall there. Evergreens players are going to be moved back. 2-player wall in the spot. A lot of air under this. Out of play, Evergreens will have a goal kick. About 5 minutes to go till final whistle. Off to the wing. Got a whistle here, offside. It's our 75th minute of match play. Express Employment brings you our coverage tonight. Get help finding your next career at Express Employment Professionals. Locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. Learn more at expresspros.com. That's expresspros.com. An Old Abe's goal scorer is coming back in. Lydia Pallmeyer is back on. Charlotte Willems comes off. Nora Kling, a double goal scorer, is off tonight. Just seeing as those Old Abe players go over to their bench, big smiles. They know how they played in the second half. Their second half play has been outstanding. Evergreen's unable to rediscover the success that they had in the first half. That shot is wide. We're in the 76th minute, so it's late tonight. These teams could easily wind up seeing each other again in postseason play. Just based on records and likely seeding, that game would be over in Eau Claire. Play on through what looked like a shove. No whistle. 77th minute now. This will be a throw-in for the Old Abes. And you know what? The Old Abes played better in the second half than the Evergreens did in the first half. The Evergreens won the first half of this match. But the Old Abes have dominated the second half. Outscored the Evergreens 3-0 since halftime. I've got just over 2 minutes unofficially left in tonight's match. Long ball down to the far side, out of play. The Old Abes came over on a school bus, not a coach bus. It's a pretty long drive. What, 90 miles from here to there? Going to be a happy bus ride home for sure. Ava Hopper, shot, save. Ashlyn Schroeder has not been particularly busy in the second half. Crowd just being told 2 minutes. We're at the 78th minute now. Here's another look for Lydia Pallmeyer. That's wide. Lydia making a bid for her second goal tonight. "90 seconds until full time. Stay tuned for post-game coverage. The Old Abes will tell us all about how they turned things around in the second half. And did they ever? Bryn Campman trying to win the race to that ball for the Evergreens. Throw in for Everest. Kicked off to the side by the keeper, Ashlyn Schroeder. Final minute of play tonight. As time winds down, let's recap our scoring. Ava Hopper for the Evergreens scored 6 minutes into the match. Was able to outrace a couple of defenders and found the back of the net. The Evergreens led 1-0. That was the only goal in the first half. It stayed 1-0 until the 63rd minute. So we got nearly halfway through the second half before the Old Abes found the net. Nora Kling. Then in the 65th minute, Lydia Pallmeyer. Kling again in the 67th minute. So that's 3 goals in rapid succession, which flipped the script tonight. The Old Abes 3-1 winners as we are just about at full time now. Final whistle sounds, and congratulations on a comeback win for the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe's. They improved to 11-1-1 on the season. The Evergreens' 8-game winning streak is over. They are now 8-6 overall. Postgame coverage is next. Stay tuned for the Merrill Steel Postgame Show. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest. Apply today at merrillsteel.com. I'm Chris Conley. Thank you for joining us for girls high school soccer on Zaleski Sports.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site. Finally, the last stage in our process is shipping. Our transit company, Merrill Steel Transit Services, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Merrill Steel Incorporated, consisting of more than 20 state-of-the-art trucks designed for transporting oversized and overweight shipments, along with hundreds of trailers ranging from 48-foot flatbeds to heavy-haul Jeep and booster combinations. We employ only the most highly skilled professional drivers, highly experienced mechanics, and knowledgeable office staff who work as a team to provide cost-effective service in a timely manner. Our shipping fleet is a major reason why we are able to be competitive throughout North America, including the contiguous 48 states, Alaska, and Canada. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about us. We look forward to having you join us in building it big.
It's the Merrill Steel postgame show. The Old Abe's come from behind for a 3-1 win. Coach, what was said at halftime? The second half looked completely different than the first half.
It did. It came down to who wanted it more and effort and trusting the process. The ladies really took that second half to storm. It was theirs. They wanted it more.
I think one of the things that speaks to the quality of your team, you're not used to being down by a goal for that long in match play. I mean, you trailed for nearly 60 minutes of play, and yet the team kept the pressure on. You could just tell they were going to break through at some point after halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it was trusting that process. We play our game, and the rest will come, and it definitely did.
Let's spend a few moments with your players. Congratulations, Coach. Enjoy the win. Ashlyn Schroeder, the keeper. It's a 1-0 game for such a long time. I think there's a lot of pressure on you because you can't give up that second goal and go down 2-0. You had some nice saves tonight.
Yeah, I think shout out to my defense. They really picked it up in the second half, and that really helps.
Yeah, I thought Everest got very few looks at the net in the second half, so the defense was. The first half and second half looked completely different tonight.
Oh, yeah, 100%. We definitely picked it up and gave 100% of our effort the second half.
Let's spend a moment with Nora Kling. You finally got the team to break through with that first goal, and it seemed like it was a long time in coming. The team didn't look like it was frustrated at all, just kept playing for the opportunities.
Yeah, I think just keeping that momentum and energy and just staying composed and positive and not getting down on ourselves, and that really helped us get that first goal and continue after that.
And I'm sure you guys saw there were some spectacular saves down at the other end. It was tough to break through. It was your third goal. Tell us about that. Describe that goal, because it really is the one that put the game out of reach tonight.
So great assist from Piper. I went around the girl and I saw the keeper to the right. I was like, just gonna go bottom left, and
well, congratulations. 3 goals in a span of 5 minutes. And Eau Claire Memorial quickly turned the script tonight for a 3-1 victory. It's going to be a happy bus ride home. Thanks for coming over. That's going to wrap up our Merrill Steel postgame show. Evergreens have a huge conference game coming up on Tuesday against Smash. That's a second and third place matchup here in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us on Zaleski Sports. I'm Chris Conley. Good night, everybody. Ladies, I got one more thing for you to do. We put the highlights in the highlight house. That's the name of our highlight reel. So you both say your names, and then the line is, we're in the house. Okay? With enthusiasm, please.
I'm Ashlyn Schroeder.
I'm Nora Kling.
And we're in the house.
Thank you for coming over. Thanks a lot. Have a good ride home. Coach, thank you.